Beyond the Bell with Dr. Javier Montañez, your superintendent here in Providence Public Schools. I have some amazing news about students at Central High School who are in the 4th annual Khanathalon, are scoring the 2nd in the nation in the work they're doing for closing the achievement gap using this program. I want to say thank you to all of our teachers, our staff, and especially our students for doing great work. You will hear from them later on in this section. We're looking at Khan Academy. Khan Academy is a program that students chooses to use to improve in their math. So math matters, right? That's really important. So you started using the program Khan Academy. I want you to think about, what is it doing for you? How is it helping you? How do you think it's helping you using this program?
Siento que me ha ayudado bastante porque ahora entiendo mejor lo que la profesora me dice. A veces no lo entendía por el inglés, entonces al poder leerlo se me ha hecho bastante más fácil.
Qué bueno. ¿Y usted?
Pues el Khan Academy siento que nos puede ayudar para tener algo mejor en la vida y para seguir aprendiendo y poner atención y para poder hacer nuestras cosas en nuestro salón y... ¿no?
Okay, good. What would you like to share about the program, Khan Academy? How is it helping you?
I guess it helped me like to know more about math, like
to know more, to learn more.
Yeah, to learn more. Like, as I continue doing it, I continue to learn more.
So, when you first started doing this, was it like something you felt nervous, or is like it's getting better and you want to do this?
Oh, I was like, at first day when I started, I didn't know that I was gonna do that, then go forward, but I try to learn more, so I keep doing it.
So I heard that when the program started, you went up to one of the principals or assistant principals and says, "Can I have a laptop or computer?" What was the purpose for that?
Oh, I needed to take it home and be doing it.
So you wanted to take it home and do it at home?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! And now you're how many times winner?
3.
3 times winner.
Yeah.
Taking initiative, moving forward. Ahora, ¿cómo ustedes piensan que el programa que están usando con Khan Academy, cómo le vas a ayudar? Primero, si están listos o preparados para SAT, y segundo, ¿cómo le puede ayudar en el futuro?
Siento que me está ayudando bastante con el SAT porque en el midterm de hoy siento que hice un gran trabajo. Y para el futuro, las matemáticas importan, importa la economía, importa las ciencias sociales, o sea, sí.
Sí, así se hace. ¿Y usted? ¿Cómo piensa, cómo le está ayudando el programa
Pues pienso que estamos subiendo notas.
Las notas se están subiendo.
Hacemos un buen trabajo en clase. Y pues aprendemos a sumar, multiplicar y todo eso, porque a veces a mí me costaba mucho eso. Sí. Ahora como que se me facilita estar con esa Khan Academy, se me facilita más. Estoy aprendiendo mucho más.
Mucha gente le tiene miedo a la matemática. A lot of people are afraid, they get afraid when doing math. Y la matemática viene siendo como otro lenguaje. And math is just another language. You just got to learn it. Y eso es lo que estoy viendo de ustedes, que you guys are learning how to do math better for the future. You're doing it for SATs. And you're thinking about how to use the math in real world activities.
Y las matemáticas también son el común igualador porque ella habla inglés y nosotros español y los dos sabemos de matemáticas.
So la matemática es bilingüe. Math is bilingual. Everyone has to understand it, and everyone understands it in their own way, right? Yeah. So if you speak English, you're going to learn it. If you speak Spanish, you're going to learn it. I like that. That's the way you do it. Thank you. So thank you for taking time sharing with me the importance of math matters. It's really important. Khan Academy, keep using the program because you're seeing the benefits. You're growing. So keep up the great work. I want you to share some of your stories. So before you start sharing, just tell me your name, your position, so everyone gets to know you. And then why you think that Khan Academy is so important for our students. So let's start here.
Okay, great. My name is Gail DeCecco. I'm the principal at Central. And, well, first of all, it's a democratic platform. So you can use it in different languages. It's accessible 24 hours a day. You can use Conmigo for help in different languages as well. So I love that about it. It's free. It's also free. And we have, what makes it work for us really though is the team behind it. So especially the math team under Mr. Little's leadership has embraced Khan as a learning platform for our school, and he spends a great deal of time with colleagues during an additional common planning time. He kind of created his own to support the use of Khan Academy. And through that personalized attention in the classroom, then students begin to understand and appreciate the power of Khan that they can use independently. So it's like a microcosm of what we want in education. We want those personal relationships to teach people and give them access to the education, and we want them to fly with it. So that's how I see Khan, and that's how I see the work that you do. So I just want to say thank you.
So I know you keep referring to the team,
Mhm.
and I want to get to that because I know that that's really important because that's the boots on the ground, as we would say. But explain your position here and what was your part in this bringing this Khan Academy to life.
So I'm Bianca Bevilacqua. I'm an assistant principal here. I also oversee the math department. And I don't know, one of the ways that I support is really doing anything Dan needs, anything Mr. Checo needs. But I think just really believing in being Khan-mazing, and believing in the fact that Khan actually increases confidence in the students, and that's really helpful, right? Because we need spaces where students can grow their skills without feeling the pressure of being in class and feeling like everybody's watching them, but having this personalized space where they can make mistakes freely and learn has been really cool. So the way that I support is running the recognition program that we have every week, and just trying to be the biggest cheerleader for it during school day.
We all need cheerleaders. We all need cheerleaders. Now bringing it to your department because sounds like you're the head of the department. You're bringing people together. In order to do that, you must believe in the program. So tell me why you believe so much in that program. And first of all, your name and position.
So I'm Dan Little. I'm the math teacher lead here at Central for the last year and a half-ish. So we've been doing Khan for like the last 3 or 4 years. But I've been using Khan even before that because I know that it is a good supplemental material. First of all, when I first started using it, I was using it in the middle school just as a gap builder because of like just seeing at the time star scores being so low. I was utilizing Khan as an additional bridging gaps from where the students were and where they should be, either in 6th grade or 8th grade, which I was teaching at the time. So I could see the value at the time of Khan and how the students were engaging with it even more so than the other intervention application that we had at the time. So I saw the value in it there, and knowing how the SAT prep shifted particularly once the digital SAT came, I saw the value in Khan because not only did it have the embedded calculator, just like the SAT does now, but it also like gives the students immediate feedback that we can't always give as educators when we have 28 students in front of us.
And we know how important it is to get feedback within 24 hours. Studies have shown that, right. So that's really important.
And so now it's like even quicker than that because they get a little ding if they get the question right, and then they also have multiple opportunities to fix their response within a single question. So even in the body of a single assignment, they can get the immediate feedback and correct their mistake and then go back and try again. Plus there's the additional assistance now of Khanmigo, which will provide tutoring immediately for the students, whereas I would have to go through the room and kind of see where their students are at, but they can get that immediate help with the material. So Khan is helpful for the students to, again, get confidence, but also to grow in their ability. And we saw this past year that Central's growth percentile was higher than the rest of the states, 0.95.
So some love on that one.
Between this year and last year, we're hoping to see that again.
Absolutely.
And
and I think some of the key words that you just said is like closing that achievement gap, giving them a tool that they can use. I want to ask you all the questions. Why do you think that the students are gravitating to Khan Academy? What is it about it that the students want to do it? I mean, I hear stories that someone came up to you and asked for a computer to do what?
To do it at home during her free time.
And
Yeah.
and you're speaking about closing the achievement gap. What is it about the program that you think that's gravitating to the students?
I think it's easy to use. That's part of it because there have other been I've used like 3 or 4 different platforms in the past that were just not really like, even I had a hard time understanding how to use it, or like what it was. It took a little bit of extra work to just try and figure it out. And Khan is very user friendly.
So I'm glad that you said that, because when you said easy, automatically people will hear, oh, it's an easy program. The kid, it's easy for the kids to do. But it wasn't about the easiness, because it's challenging.
It is,
It challenges the students, but it was an easier program to access.
Correct. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, just want to make sure that was clear for our audience. So, is there any last words that you would like to share with us in reference to Khan Academy and the students?
Yeah, well, I just think that, and it's also vetted, right? So it's something that's been proven to work. And I think that helps students to realize that they can do something that's really going to improve their scores, right? Like, I wouldn't take a medication if I didn't think it was going to help me, right? But this is actually going to help them. There's research behind it. And I think students see that, and it gives them a real tool that they can use to improve their scores in the SATs. A lot of times we take these standardized tests and our scores kind of make us feel bad. We're comparing ourselves to others. So we look for something that can actually help us. And so I really appreciate that it's a free program for our students that is provided, and that they can access it anywhere. So I think that that's something that they also appreciate, that it's not just like something that they Googled and found and like hoping that it helps, that they know that this has helped many people before.
So how do you think the program is helping the students, not only now in preparing for the SAT, but beyond?
I think, well, part of going off of what Bianca was saying too is that like the teachers are behind it. So when the students, are doing looking for their own help, not only do they have the research, but their teachers, like the whole team, has embraced Khan, and so we as a whole have, invested in it. So the students get invested in it, and so I'm like, for me, when I have data chats with students, I try to see what they want to do and where they want to go, and making the connection between SAT. It's not just SAT because, maybe they don't want to go to college, or maybe they want to join the military or things like that. So making the connection for them that achievement now can help them with their future plans, whether it's, maybe they want to go to a military school. Okay, they have to show that their achievement is where it needs to be. Yes, it's free. Okay, so and then they can get accepted through ROTC, for example. They get that letter from their commander, but they still need to show their ASVAB scores, right? Military is all about, maybe not, they don't look at the SAT, but it looks at another test. So making connections between what the students hope to achieve and the opportunities that higher SAT scores or closing that achievement gap can give them, where other things might not.
Okay. As the educational leader of this facility, Central Nights, once a night, always a night, is there any last words that you will share with your students in reference to the work that's being done here?
Well, first, thank you, students, for embracing Khan. Also, or next, is that you now know that you can be that independent learner. So whatever is put in front of you, you have the tools to take that on. So whether it's Khan for college, or whether it's another platform when you're in college, or military, like you were saying, Dan, anything you wish to do, there's always a way for you to take ownership of your learning. So you just have to embrace that help and go with it, because everybody wants you to be successful, and you can be successful at anything you choose that you're invested in. So that's what I want you to know.
So once again, I want to say thank you for taking time out today to come share this moment with us. It's great work that's being done here. And I have to say, this is just kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing, the work that's happening. And just to think about it, your second in the nation. That's no easy task. And I remember about almost going on 5 years now, I said Providence will become the destination of education, and you're proving everyone right here. And this is what we're going to be doing in all our schools. But I want to say from me to you, thank you for all the hard work and dedication in closing that achievement gap and giving our students every opportunity and every tool that they will need, not only today, but for the tomorrow. I mean, we're celebrating Khan Academy and the accomplishments of Central High School. Explain to everyone that doesn't know you, your name, your position, and what is it that you do at the district?
So my name is Michaela Keegan. I'm Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction. And what I do at the district is I support all the schools, the teachers, students with what's being taught, what's being learned, how we're teaching it, and making sure that what we're teaching is aligned with what we should be teaching and what we should be learning. And if we're not, what do we do to make sure our students are
And
learning?
we
what
always
they
want to
should
make
be?
sure it's high quality instruction, high
High
quality
quality.
curriculum,
Grade level.
grade level,
Grade level.
and making
Yeah.
sure it's being taught every day in every
Yes,
classroom.
absolutely. Yep.
How about you? What can you share with us?
Yes, my name is Francesca Salvador. I am the Director of Math here for the district, grades pre-K through 12. And I work with Dr. Keegan in supporting schools with math curriculum, instruction, and assessment, assuring that our students are learning grade level mathematics every day and have access to high quality curricular materials.
So, how long has the district been using or utilizing or in partnership with Khan Academy?
So it's a good question. Khan Academy has been around for a while. So I would say teachers were using it on their own in their classrooms for a long time, for years. But a couple of years ago, we noticed how impactful Khan Academy really is for our students and how great a resource it is, especially for when the SAT switched to a digital SAT format. We no longer had courses that prepared our students for it. So Khan Academy was the first to develop a course aligned to the digital SAT. So it was then that we knew we needed to have a more substantial partnership with them, because partnering with them allows us to be able to support from the district to the schools and teachers to the students, and make sure that we're able to see data, collect data, help the schools make sense of the data, and then that helps the students make sense of the data too.
So the data walk is really important, especially
Yes.
at the district level, because that's what we do.
Mhm.
We're moving the district based on what data tells us we need to do. So that's really important. But so you're saying that Khan Academy has been around for years, but is it just recently, like a couple of years, that we started using it with Fidelity to make sure that the plans are in place?
This is our second full year, I would say. So we've kind of we started mid-year 2023. So we've kind of just completed our second year. We're in our third full year of implementation. And I think one of the ways that we shifted in using it, and Francesca was a huge part of this work, was aligning, not just saying go do this Khan Academy course, but being really intentional about it. So saying, okay, what skills in the digital SAT math course show up, and where do they also show up in our curriculum? So where are teachers going to be naturally teaching this as part of following our high quality curriculum? So then where does it make sense to build in some Khan Academy there to support that? And how can they use the data that Khan Academy is showing from the students to make sure they group students intentionally, can support students with the skills that they need extra support on, let some students work on their own who have it on their own. And Francesca was really instrumental in aligning the curriculum to the Khan Academy course, so it makes sense for all of our teachers and students.
That's interesting, because when we look at that, lining it up, make sure it makes sense. How did some teachers feel about Khan Academy when we first said this is what we're going to be using with Fidelity? What was the shift? What was the paradigm shift in educators and teachers, and what goes into just saying here's a program? Because I know you just didn't walk in and say here's a program. So what was behind making sure that the teachers use it with Fidelity? Was there any professional development?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was, I believe, 2 years ago, where we had professional development at schools. I was actually here at Central as an administrator. In my second year of using it, I've used it as a teacher, a coach, and also as an administrator, and now in my role. And so I've experienced being able to see how incorporating a program like this within the curriculum, within the school day, is difficult. It's difficult because there needs to be buy-in from the teachers and also from the students, understanding why they're doing it, why they're using it and learning it. And how they can be successful with it. And so what we did, we had a year of some PD with teachers around the program, and that was when Khan Academy made the shift in working with College Board to make it digital. So we had that opportunity, and all of the high schools received the training. And then last year, what we did at the start of the year with Michaela, my ELA counterpart, the director, and myself, we met with all of the high schools, the leadership teams, as well as their leads for math and ELA. And we supported them with a plan. And the plan included how will this, how will you use it? What works for you with your schedule? And each school really took a different approach to it, but the majority did say the teachers will use it during their classroom time with the students and monitor their use, their skills, and also assign certain lessons or skills that align to what they're teaching. And so we provided them with that. We provided them with the opportunity to meet with us weekly or bi-weekly and check in with us to monitor the usage and review the data. And I think that was really helpful as well. And when students saw that they were making progress and being recognized for it, you saw the increase in usage and you saw the increase in skills and students working in the program.
I think I could point to 2 moments in time where we saw kind of a wave of buy-in from the teachers and from the schools. It was 2 years ago, almost. It was 2 Januaries ago when we did our first series of professional learning for teachers. And it was like when they had that professional, it was like an hour and a half with Khan Academy. We worked hard with Khan Academy to determine what exactly do teachers need to know and be able to do in order for this to be successful. I think after those sessions, we saw a lot more buy-in because teachers knew how to use it. So it was no longer just this thing they clicked on. They actually knew how to click, what to look for, and how to help their students. So I say that would be the first wave of buy-in. And I think the second wave of buy-in came when we saw the results of the SATs that spring, and the schools that had really leaned into it and really used Khan Academy in a very cohesive and comprehensive way saw great gains. And so I think there was that buy-in, like, oh wow, what we put our efforts into, it really paid off and it worked. And so I think those two times that we saw a big wave of or push of buy-in.
I really think as a district we're doing a great job in communicating and preparing our educators to teach our students for a future that we're not familiar with. We don't know what to expect, right? Because that's what teaching is about, to prepare you to become critical thinkers, problem solvers of the future. And knowing math, because math matters, is really important because people fail to understand that there is a correlation between math and reading and science. It's all involved in one, and it's really important for us to make sure that our students understand. I had a conversation a little while ago with some students, and I tried to explain to them, and one of the students actually said, math is multilingual. It doesn't matter who. They're all using the same method or trying to figure out something. So it spoke to everyone, and that's what I'm trying to say. And I think it's important that we continue as a district looking at data because we can't move forward unless we look at data. And that is going to let us know where we're doing and what we're doing, and if we're doing it right or correctly, or what do we need to adjust. And I think as a district, we're doing a great job. And I want to say thank you to the both of you for coming and doing this because I know it's not easy. It's a lot of pushing forward and making sure you're giving everyone the tools, from the educator to the building administrators to the students, the tools that they need to be successful, not only in school, but also in their future. So I really want to say thank you from PPSD, from your superintendent. I want to say thank you for all the work that you do in coming out and sharing this with us. So once again, thank you for everything.
And thanks for the support, Soup. Can I say one last thing?
Absolutely.
One thing I think I just want to make sure that we capture here is that I think a big message from us, like in the district, right, to the schools, to teachers and principals, is, we can get a little bit of pushback or questioning around, well, what if not? Why is this important for our students, especially those who may not see themselves going to college, right? So why is it important to prepare them for the SAT if they're not going to go to college? And so what we always say to them is, it's our job to open every door, right? And let the students decide which ones they want to walk through. So I just wanted to make sure that we, kind of acknowledge that and say, like, we're just helping every student open every door possible and letting them figure out and decide which one they want.
And once again, we don't know what tomorrow will bring. So
Right.
today I may, as a student, not want to go to college. And then a year from now says, you know what? I want to go to college.
Exactly.
At
And we
least
see
I've
that
been
a lot.
prepared. That door's open.
Yes.
I'm ready to walk
Yes.
through. And I know that I'm ready and prepared to
Yeah.
conquer anything that they throw at us. So, I mean, I once again, I think it's kind of amazing
Yeah.
that we're doing this work together.
Yeah.
So, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining this session on Beyond the Bell with Dr. Javier Montañez. You can find the full story on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.